Hey guys, this is your coach Kuya Kyle for Smash Ultimate, and today we're going to go over Regen 2024. This will be a detailed rundown of the results at Regen 2024, the largest Smash Ultimate tournament hosted in the UK. With 571 entrants, we will discuss the top 8 results, along with some notable upsets. So we'll go over top 8, top 4, and, the highlighted upsets. If you're here for our Discord class, please save your questions at the end of today's class. But if you're here for YouTube, hello YouTube. Please feel free to leave your questions, comments, and concerns down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. First off, we have Mezcal and Solo at 7th. So two very unique characters for 7th place. Let's start off with Mezcal, who is seated 11th, claws his way to 7th place with Solo Ridley, representing France. So he goes 3-2 over Duck Hunt, or Eevee's Duck Hunt, 3-2 over Yusuf's Mario, loses to Shanique 3-1. Then in losers bracket, he goes on a pretty good run. 3-0's Kerbo's Kirby, 3-2's Pharaoh's Yoshi, 3-0's Luigi's Luigi, and gets knocked out of the tournament by Tarek with the 3-2 set. So Ridley's not necessarily a popular character by any means. He's kind of considered like a low mid-tier character, but Mezcal just is like a specialist at that character and just makes Ridley look like a top tier. So good job to Mezcal. And the other unique character that we're going to talk about is Rosalina and Luma. So Solo seated at 24, which is amazing, by the way, impressing everyone with their Rosalina and Luma representing the Netherlands. So with Rosa, Solo 3-1's Wombat's DK, then 3-0's Lancelot's Crom, and gets knocked into losers by Luigi, so a 3-2 game against Luigi's Luigi. And now that we're in losers bracket, we go 3-2 over Von Gola's Snake, 3-0's Dryby, who went Aegis and Pichu, 3-1's Shanique's Aegis and Inkling, and gets knocked out of 7th against MK Big Boss, who we lost 3-0 to. So two very unique characters that are generally kind of overshadowed by top tiers, but both Ridley and Rosalina. I am a firm believer that you can make it work with anybody in a tournament setting. You just have to put the time and effort into it. And these two are just more evidence for that. So great job to these two for representing these pretty rare characters. Next up, we have Space and Crepe Sally. So Space, who is seated 21, used a combination of Aegis and Inkling to power into 5th place. So this Netherlands player was able to make a crazy run, going 3-0 over Benetton, 3-2 over Ryukai's Fox, 3-1 over Bloom Forever's Bayonetta and Me Brawler, which this is a big upset for Space. Another big upset, Space going 3-2 over Tarek, and in gets knocked out into losers by MK Leo going 3-2, and then MK Big Boss takes it over Space 3-0. On the other side of 5th place, we have Crepe Sally, who is seated 2nd, who underperforms his seed, unfortunately, but he is the premier French Steve. He goes 3-1 over Galaxy 515's Cloud, 3-0's Vivdad's Rob, 3-0's Natoru, who is known as the best Pichu in the world. Then Crepe Sally actually 3-0's MK Big Boss and loses 3-2 to Gluttony and then 3-2 to Tarek. Something to keep in mind is that both of these players lost their first game in top 8, meaning that they played less games than the 7th place players. So if you do go to tournaments, you want to try to keep your winner bracket as long as possible so you don't have to play as many games. If you play more games, it'll be more tiring, you might be more fatigued. So staying in winner's bracket really does give you an advantage in placing higher compared to like losing early in loser's bracket and trying to make a more stressful run. In 4th place, we have Tarek, who is the Greninja main from Germany, from Germany, who performs at his 4th seed. So he was seeded 4th and got 4th. And he showcased a lot of proper whiff punishing and spacing with Greninja's more popular combo tools, which is like down tilt into, you do down tilt into up smash or down tilt into up airs, or you do dash attack into like up airs or forward airs. A lot of these bread and butters do come for those two moves, so you do play against a Greninja, most of what they're looking for is going to be either a down, like a run up down tilt or a dash attack. So just keep that in mind. But Tarek, of course, has been playing this character for so long, so he knows everything there is to know about Greninja. So definitely check out his VODs. He goes 3-0 over Phage's Hero, 3-0's Owl BB's Banjo and Kazooie, 3-2's Maze Bean's Steve, then loses the Space 3-2. Then in our losers run, we have Tarek taking a winning over Siski's Dark Samus 3-2, Tarek beating Mezcal 3-2, then Tarek beating Crepe Saleh 3-2. Crepe Saleh went Wario for this matchup, and gets knocked into fourth place by MK Big Boss 3-2. If you ever want to pick up Greninja, I've been told that he's really good against Swordies, and you have a hard time against Swordies. Try out Greninja. He does feel a little unorthodox compared to most of the cast, in my opinion, but his kit's really nice, and like some of his moves are very unique, like his down air kind of bounces off people. But definitely check out Greninja after this one. In third place for bronze, we have MK Big Boss. MK Big Boss is the Rob main representing Mexico, who outperformed his 7th seed, shutting down opponents with quick optimized combos and consistent KO setups. So there's some Robs that go for like the crazy sear to death Z-drop stuff, but MK Big Boss to me is more contained in the sense where he just plays really good neutral, and just goes for the more simple yet effective combos like down tilt combos, Nair into side B. Nothing too like mechanically crazy, just like very optimized follow-ups. And just he knows if he lands a hit with this move, he knows what to follow up with it afterwards. So looking at his run, he goes 3-0 over Mr. WhatsApp Min Min, 3-0's Hopes, Hero, and Dark Pit, 3-1's Orion's Wolf, and Mario. Then loses 3-0 to Crepe Saleh. So we're now in losers bracket, and he makes a pretty great run in losers where he goes 3-0 over Lancelot, 3-0's Solo, 3-0 Space, and 3-2's Tark, only to lose to MK Leo 3-0 in losers finals. So MK Big Boss has been here for a long time, has been competing a lot, and just kind of solidified himself as one of the most consistent Rob mains, in my opinion. So get used to seeing his name at whatever tournament that he goes to, because he's probably going to hit top 8 no matter what. He's so good. And in second place for silver, we have MK Leo. We all know him. He was running Smash Ultimate for a long time. With a combination of Aegis and Joker, the first seed MK Leo maintains his top player status at Regen 2024. MK Leo at this tournament displayed his suffocating advantage playstyle by using his movement, his optimal combos, and option coverage to kind of snowball his leads. So you see this a lot with his Joker, where when the combo ends, he positions himself in a way where he'll pick your panic option or your disadvantage option and just continually keep you in a bad spot to rack up a lot of damage. And that's kind of how in my eyes, how he plays. He goes 3-0 over Korean Sonic, 3-1s over Elite Tweets Falco, 3-0s Drybee's Pichu as Aegis, 3-1s Luigi's Luigi, 3-2 Space. This is a pretty close set actually. And then loses to Gluttony in winners finals 3-1, and then MKLeo 3-0's Big Boss, and then in grand finals Gluttony 3-0's him. A little bit of a spoiler, but let's just get into it. Our Region 2024 champion is Gluttony, who was seeded at second for this tournament. He's a king of the French dimension, and Gluttony wins it all without dropping a single set with his iconic Wario. If you ever think about Wario mains, Gluttony is going to be the first one that comes in mind no matter what. He's been competing for years as Wario and kind of made a name for himself as the best Wario in the world. The closest set was him against Crepe Saleh, going down to like a last stock, last hit game 5 for 27 minutes. So it was a really long, tedious set for him, but he was able to close out at the end. He goes 3-0 over the GOAT's Joker and Greninja, 3-0's Qualities Olimar, 3-1's Nero's Pikachu, 3-1 Shanique's Inkling, 3-2's Crepe Sally, and then double eliminates MK Leo, first 3-1, and in Grand Finals 3-0s. And if you watch Grand Finals, he taunts at the end. So he was feeling himself taunting MK Leo like that. So congratulations to Gluttony. Amazing combo game. He also has the most bold waft that I've ever seen. Like he'll just go for a raw down B and it'll just work. So he has that like X factor of just surprising opponents. So the surprising upsets that I want to talk about is actually Shanique themselves. So Shanique was seeded 38th, made two really great upsets that kind of disrupted the whole bracket. They made it the 9th place with Inkling, one of the characters that I brought up for my underrated characters video. The two main upsets I want to talk about is him 3-0ing the 6th seed Siski and 3-1ing the 11th seed Mezcal to get 9th. And most of these two upsets really changed the bracket paths for a lot of people, or like expected bracket paths. So I wanted to get more footage of this player, but I couldn't find any for Regen. But I am hoping to see their gameplay in the future. And most of the other upsets were already mentioned in our top 8 crew. So besides that, keep an eye out for this name because I think you're going to see more of this name. And with that, let's quickly do our recap of the class. So what happened at Regen 2024? This will be a detailed rundown of the largest Smash Ultimate tournament hosted in the UK. With 571 entrants, we will discuss the top 8 results along with some notable upsets. In 7th place, we have the Ridley main Mezcal and the Rosalina and Luma main Solo. In 5th place, we have Space using Aegis and Inkling and Crepe Saleh using Solo Steve. In 4th place, we have the German Greninja main Tarek. For bronze, we have MK Big Boss going solo Rob. For silver, we have MK Leo using a combination of Aegis and Joker. And your Regen 2024 champion is Gluttony using solo Wario the whole way through. And the biggest upsets from this tournament came from Shanique beating both Siski and Mezcal with his solo Inkling. That's everything I have for today. I hope you had a great time watching, and I hope to see you all soon. See you later. Bye-bye.